And our next story is about Twitter. It has just won the support of a major backer against its fast-growing rival Threads. Only that this backer happens to be the Taliban. That's right. It seems the rulers of Afghanistan are really fond of the Twitter CEO, Elon Musk. And why do I say that? Here's why. Look at this tweet. It's from Anas Haqqani, a member of the Haqqani network and a prominent thought leader in the Taliban. He has officially endorsed Twitter over Threads, Meta's Threads platform, calling it a good platform for freedom of speech. That's right, this is a Taliban leader talking. Let me quote his exact statement. Twitter has two important advantages over other social media platforms. The first privilege is the freedom of speech. The second privilege is the public nature and credibility of Twitter. Twitter does not have an intolerant policy like Meta. Other platforms cannot replace it. Now, I don't know what's ironic, the Taliban talking about freedom of speech or the fact that it's calling Meta intolerant. The Taliban itself, remember, have banned women from universities, public spaces, most jobs. So it seems a bit odd when it talks about freedom of speech and intolerance. But in any case, the question is, why does the Taliban even prefer Twitter over Meta's Threads? And the reason is pretty straightforward. Facebook has labeled the Taliban as a quote-unquote Tier 1 designated terrorist organization. And what does that mean? Well, this designation restricts the Taliban leaders from freely sharing their views on the platform. And in contrast, Twitter seemingly provides the Taliban with more freedom to express themselves. The group even has an active Twitter account with about 35,000 followers. And this account is frequently updated with posts in the Afghan language. This allows them to communicate their message more openly and also reach out a wider audience. So in a way, Twitter has become a playing field for the Taliban. At least 2 officials and 4 prominent supporters of Afghanistan's political movement were given the check marks in January this year. That said, the presence of the hardline Islamists on Twitter has been a topic of controversy for quite some time now. In October 2021, former US President Donald Trump, who was suspended from the platform after his supporters stormed the US Capitol, criticized this. He said, and I'm quoting, "We live in a world where the Taliban has a huge presence on Twitter, yet your favorite American president has been silenced." That's an interesting analogy, but it did not find many takers. Today, there are dozens of Taliban officials active on Twitter with a combined 1 million followers, and their tweets largely seem to be trying to cast the Taliban as peaceful, stable, and overall more palatable to the West. Interestingly, during the Taliban's previous governance from 1996 to 2001, internet use of any kind was strictly prohibited. But you see, the times have changed. Today, the Taliban is capitalizing on the internet, using it to further legitimize its grip on Afghanistan. By speaking the West's language on Western platforms, the Taliban says it's doing this to change perceptions. And its critics say we must keep their track record in mind before letting them do this. And so the debate continues. Nevertheless, it is noteworthy that the Taliban and its leaders have shown a fondness for Elon Musk. And we wonder how he is going to respond. WION now available in your country. Download the app now. Get all the updates on the move.